So section 1.4 is just some further applications of linear equations. So I'm going to go through a couple more examples, one involving geometry. Very exciting, I know. So for a bill totaling $5.65, a cashier received 25 coins consisting of nickels and quarters. Do not pay your poor cashier this way. But what we want to find is how many of the denomination of each coin did the cashier receive. So I'm going to let X equal the number of nickels. Now our cashier received 25 coins total. So we could have 25 minus the number of nickels be the number of quarters. It's important to note that nickels are worth 0.05 cents. Well, they're worth 5 cents, so they're worth $0.05, right? That's a nickel. 5 out of 100, 5 cents. And 0.25 is dollars is the value of a quarter, okay? So if my total sum of money was $5.65, I can't write today. Let's try that again. If my total value of money was $5.65, that means I would have 0.05 times my number of nickels and 0.25 times the number of quarters. So let's go ahead and find X, which remember is the number of nickels, and then from that we can determine how many quarters our cashier received. So I have 0.05X. I'm going to go ahead and distribute that 0.25. 0.25 times 25 is 625. 0.25 times negative X gives me a negative 0.25X, which equals $5.65. I'm going to subtract 625 from both sides. That gives me negative 0.60. And if I take 0.05 minus 0.25X, that gives me a negative 0.20. Divide both sides by negative 0.20. And I get that X equals 3. So there were 3 nickels. If I take 25 minus X, which is 3, I get 22. So there were 3 nickels and 22 quarters. Our last word problem before we take a nice long break until chapter 2 or 3, I'm going to go with 3, is about this beautiful triangle right here. So what I want to do is I need to find the value of X and determine the measure of each angle. So it's important to note that the angles of a triangle should all add up to 180 degrees. I'm going to have to add all these up and set it equal to 180 in order to find what X is. So I have 180 equals X plus 20 plus 210 minus 3X. So I can go ahead and start combining like terms. X and X gives me 2X plus 20 plus 210 minus 3X. 180 is negative X plus 230 because I combined my like terms of 2X and negative 3X. I subtract 230 from both sides. I get that negative 50 equals negative X. We divide both sides by a negative 1, right? We want our X's lonely and positive. That sounds counterproductive. Okay, so I have X equals 50. So that means the angle of this is 50 degrees. Here I have 50 degrees plus 20 degrees, so 70 degrees. Here I have 210 minus 3 times 50 degrees. That's 210 minus 150, so 60 degrees. So this was a 50 degree, 70 degree, 60 degree triangle. And that's all I had to say about section 1.4.